Yingming sought a wizard's help, who then placed a talisman, like a traditional store's discount card, on the ghost's head. Jigsawn's memories flipped back like pages, but only as scattered puzzle pieces. In memory, is married for 5 years, friend Miss Hu suddenly announced a pregnancy. Jigsaw was thrilled, buying baby clothes early, but things went wrong as the baby's arrival neared. However, Miss Hu died mysteriously. No wonder Jigsaw felt heartbroken seeing her on a stone pillar in the afterlife, later, while probing her death. Suddenly someone called him officer, and that's when he realized that Jigsaw was a cop just like his dad. Jigsaw sought Miss Hu's death truth, but faced Dad's strong opposition. He found the case suspicious as Miss Hu seemed fine. But suddenly, after an ER visit, as if by magic, unbelievably, his probe found a spike in hospital mortality. The amount was suspiciously high, but reports claimed cardiac arrest, with no proof of murder. Dad said it was Jigsaw's occupational hazard. As the case worsened, Miss Hu's husband rushed into the ER with a knife, demanding answers, but got arrested. What a mess. Jigsaw was beyond crash. Then during one operation, he ended up in Yingming's mom's taxi, and she forgot her hair. Yingming's mom, being the sweetheart she is, gave her hair tied to Jigsaw. Little did they know, it would turn out to be their farewell day. At Daxon Hospital's ER, Dr. Du sensed trouble. Since Dr. Kim Junyu arrived, death rates there soared. The number soared like in a math problem. She recalled a child who survived a car accident, but died after Dr. Kim's intervention. They say cases like this aren't one-off, but couldn't find any proof. That day, Yingming bumped into Dr. Du, and Jigsaw suddenly remembered he seemed to know him. Subtitles. Apparently, this scientist, who clearly did not believe in ghosts or gods during his lifetime, was actually saved by the spirit of his deceased father, which greatly surprised him. His father, who hadn't returned for 5 years, had now appeared as a ghost. Dad sought Yingming and Jigsaw, who could see him, to fulfill his last wish. The man, looking sad, said he'd barely been with his daughter since his wife's early death. So his dying wish was to find his daughter, Shiro, and the only one who might know her whereabouts was his old partner, Officer Jiang Fengxiu. When Officer Jiang finally found his sister, Jigsaw looked at the man and suddenly felt overwhelmed, tearing up uncontrollably. He seemed familiar, but he couldn't recall who. Then Yingming asked about Shiro under the guise of gratitude. Officer Jiang said she is in Korea for a tech seminar. Jiang said humorously he learned via news and had something for her. When his sister mentioned Dad, Shiro rolled her eyes, acting like Dad's topic was as appetizing as hot pot, saying she had nothing to say before snatching the USB he handed and bolting. Not wanting to miss the chance, Yingming chased Shiro for the spirit remains news, only to get her dismissive, incredulous look. Despite that, Shiro remained stone-faced until she finally opened her laptop and saw the USB contents, which surprisingly contained many precious memories of her and her dad at that moment. Something in her stirred, but she still couldn't shake off her preconceived notions about her dad and thought it was time to let go, finding comfort in how great her daughter had turned out. Yet, as Shiro stepped on stage for rehearsal, an unexplained force suddenly knocked her down. A staunch atheist like her wavered, eyes welling as she learned the truth. Tears burst forth. Next day, Shiro contacted Yingming, taking him to her father's memorial, her emotions more tangled than caffeine. Yingming told her that Dad was right there, making her reminisce about all the happy childhood memories, along with the scary moments from yesterday. That's when Shiro finally realized Dad hadn't abandoned her, but still questioned, was work really more important than family? Nonetheless, she said she'd hold no grudges against her dad henceforth. His wish fulfilled, he could leave peacefully. At that moment, Shiro wept for her lost dad, and Ghost Jigsaw joined in, unaware her dad stood by another's bed. And that person just so happened to be the comatose Jigsaw, with her father standing right beside him. Doctors appeared to be trying their best to revive patients, but in reality, they were chuckling behind the veil of the patients under his care rarely survived. He seemed to save desperately, but had actually condemned them to death. He didn't spare even pregnant women or children. Relatives, seeing his dedication, thought there was nothing to question. Times ill, over the years, death toll in the hospital is 4 times higher, with hundreds of souls lingering. Their methods were surprisingly well hidden, but his longtime nurse, Zayn, had seen right through it. To avert suspicion, the couple shifted all blame to the unsuspecting male nurse, Zhang Yu, in a grand scheme to mislead the police. They even purposely provoked Zheng Yu, creating extreme trouble for themselves, and placed Ziyin and Zheng Yu on the same floor to keep tabs. Afterwards, he told police Zheng Yu was fired for narcotics possession, harbored a grudge, and sought revenge. Sure enough, both the police and Yingming focused their attention on Zheng Yu, talk about a comical misunderstanding. As Yingming and Jigsaw arrived at Zheng Yu's for further inquiry, a faceless ghost appeared, followed by Zheng Yu's girlfriend Mei Jing. Upon entering, they found her corpse. The goddess, seeing her body, said helplessly she didn't recall how she died. Zheng Wu was dead, but it definitely wasn't her boyfriend's doing. They then found a bunch of target photos in Zheng Yu's room. Most showed oddly dead people. Jigsaw blamed Zheng Yu at once, but Mei Jing firmly denied it. She claimed she hadn't seen any of these photos while cleaning her room before she died. As Yingming was to call the police, Ziyin passed by, puzzled why he was at Zheng Yu's door. When he entered and saw the body, he showed no surprise, then called the police, but Yingming was arrested on the spot.